Craighead County's Crisis Stabilization Unit will remain open for another year. Also, 10 Arkansas death row inmates are suing over the state's new nitrogen gas execution law. And Arkansas nonprofits celebrate Black Philanthropy Month with efforts to expand funding for local organizations. Those headlines and more coming up on KASU News for Thursday, August 7th, 2025. I'm Brandon Tabor. Craighead County's Crisis Stabilization Unit will remain open for another year. Content partners K8 report that the mental health facility recently renewed its contract with the State Department of Human Services, allowing services to continue through July 1st, 2026. Craighead County Judge Marvin Day said that many residents rely on the unit for help in times of crisis.
But you do see the feedback that we get from people that are appreciative of having that facility there and giving people an opportunity to get some help.
St. Bernard's Healthcare will also continue to operate the center. State law established 4 centers to serve people facing mental health or substance abuse crises as an alternative to jail time. But the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette reports that only 2 centers remain open, with the other located in Sebastian County. Units in Pulaski and Washington counties have closed largely due to ongoing staffing shortages. Second Judicial Circuit Judge Doug Brimmel has announced he will seek re-election in the March 3, 2026 election. The Second Judicial Circuit serves Clay, Craighead, Crittenden, Greene, Mississippi, and Poinsett counties. Brimmel was first elected to the post in 2024 after serving as a part-time deputy prosecutor for the district. In a press release, he said he is committed to fair and impartial justice. Brimmel previously pled guilty to a misdemeanor harassment charge in 2024. He says that experience deepened his resolve to serve the community with humility and integrity, putting the district first. 10 Arkansas death row inmates have filed a lawsuit alleging that a new state law is unconstitutional. Act 302 allows the state to carry out executions using nitrogen gas instead of lethal injections. Heather Fraley is an attorney for the death row plaintiffs. Fraley told member station Little Rock Public Radio that the law has many problems.
This new law delegates to unelected executive branch officials the authority to impose new punishments on our clients without any standards or guidance as to when they should use this new form of punishment or how they should carry it out should they choose to use it.
The lawsuit was filed on Tuesday, the same day Act 302 went into effect. Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin is joining a bipartisan coalition against illegal offshore gambling. The letter sent to U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi urges the Department of Justice to address what it called a rampant spread of illegal offshore gambling across the country. In a statement, Griffin said, quote, "Some of these illegal entities impersonate Arkansas casinos online and on social media, misleading users with familiar visuals while including fictitious links." Griffin said in a press release that illegal online gambling is estimated to be a more than $400 billion business, creating more than $4 billion in lost revenue for states. The new federal budget law could leave Missouri with a bigger tab for managing the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also referred to as SNAP, just as hundreds of thousands of Missouri families rely on it to feed their kids. Crystal Blair for the Missouri News Service has more.
Advocates say the shift could have ripple effects for the state's most vulnerable residents. More than 650,000 Missourians rely on federal benefits for nutritional support, including children, seniors, and people with disabilities. Casey Hansen with Kids Win Missouri says it's largely wait and see as the changes under the law begin to take effect.
It's kind of hard to say at this point. There's nothing cut and dry, but I think we believe that any types of cuts that ultimately are going to lead to those folks having less access to food is very concerning, especially for children.
The new federal budget includes around $200 billion in SNAP cuts, which will likely force Missouri and other states to take on more cost starting in 2027. Crystal Blair reporting.
Arkansas's governor met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is currently on a trade mission to the nation. In a post on X, Sanders shared a photo of herself and Netanyahu, saying she was honored to be with him. Her father, former Governor Mike Huckabee, is the U.S. ambassador to Israel. Sanders is also expected to visit the United Arab Emirates before returning to the U.S. at the end of this week. Next, Arkansas will host its first ever business conference focused on artificial intelligence. We'll have more after the break.
I'm KASU Station Manager Mark Smith. Like many small rural stations across the country, congressional action to eliminate funding for public media sends KASU and all public radio into an uncharted future. But we remain certain about our mission and our commitment to you and to our community. You can help through contributing at kasu.org/give. As we navigate the path ahead, your continued partnership and financial support is crucial. We're grateful for you. Thank you.
August will bring with it Arkansas's first ever business conference focused solely on artificial intelligence. Keynote speaker Elizabeth Edwards is the founder of Volume PR and the Engagement Science Lab. She told member station Little Rock Public Radio that she believes AI will have the same transformative effect on business as the development of the internet, but she admits that it is far from perfect.
We do see some absolute incorrect information, and it is important that we are careful to not overly trust AI. That it's just as you shouldn't trust all of the first Google results that you see on something and just take anything right away as incorporating that as your new world belief. The same is true with AI. It can get things wrong.
The AI Business Conference is Friday, August 15th at the Clinton Presidential Center in Little Rock. Registration is open until tomorrow. Arkansas nonprofits operated by people of color are celebrating Black Philanthropy Month, an annual global celebration in August that amplifies, uplifts, and empowers funding for Black organizations. Frida Ross for the Arkansas News Service has more.
Women's Foundation of the South is celebrating 4 years of providing grants to nonprofit organizations operated by women of color in Arkansas and 4 other states. Founder and CEO Carmen James Randolph says studies show programs run by women of color receive about 50% less in donations from charities and foundations.
That's why we created WFS. We weren't started with a large donation. The first $100,000 came from Black women working in philanthropy, giving up their own dollars, asking their institutions to match their gifts, and asking their friends to contribute.
WFS has provided grants to more than 114 nonprofits. Randolph says they hope to eventually expand operations to 13 southern states. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
In college soccer, A-State Women's Soccer has received the United Soccer Coaches College Team Academic Award for the 2024-25 academic year after posting a team grade point average of 3.58. That's above the 3.0 required for the honor. Nearly 700 college soccer teams earned the award this year. A-State heads out of town to face Little Rock tonight at 6. The game comes after a tie with Lindenwood in an exhibition match on Sunday. In professional golf, Scottie Scheffler has 2 majors this year. Now the focus is on the final 3 tournaments of the PGA Tour in the race for the FedEx Cup in Memphis. Scheffler is prioritizing rest over practice for the playoff events. It starts today with the FedEx St. Jude Championship at TPC Southwind for the top 70. The playoffs are for the top 70, with the top 50 advancing to the BMW Championship next week. In a Major League Baseball yesterday, Shohei Ohtani homered for his 1,000th career hit and struck out a season-high 8 in 4 innings on the mound, but the St. Louis Cardinals rallied to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-3. Jordan Walker had 3 hits for the Cardinals, including an RBI single that tied the score with 2 outs in the 8th. That's all for KASU News. Music provided by Tubi Studio. You can find more stories online at kasu.org. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for KASU News on YouTube, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. In Jonesboro, I'm Brandon Tabor, KASU News.